Okay, hi. This is Ideas Boards Finds. So in the high-level official community, it says 22 minutes ago, but it's been prepping for a little bit. So say 30 minutes or an hour ago. Um, how do you trigger a workflow when a text message or email is sent or WhatsApp? There's not a trigger in the standard trigger events. It's a gap in the way the system is built as of based off that description, people who've requested that exact feature. 2024 message sent by user as a trigger. Again, so this is fairly recently that this request was surfaced. So the fact that HighLevel hasn't addressed it yet is not HighLevel's problem. So let's look at this one. Let's look at this though. So here we have a search. If I add the word message, if I add the word manual, I get remove manual actions via trigger, workflow trigger from a manual action. But once you trigger the email, you can do almost anything. These other two very significantly older suggestions or requests are the ones that reflect the power that's missing. A trigger for outbound message contains a keyword. We have this other one, which is which I looked at, allow reply and open to trigger emails. And the really interesting part to me from Dave Smith is this sentence here at the end where it talks about how the contains phrase filter is looking at the body, but it's not looking at the subject line. It's also not from my hot button topic. It's also not looking at the to address or the from address, but it's not looking at the subject line. So it's only triggering if the key phrase is in the body, where the key phrase in the subject is much more likely to be in the key phrase is much more likely to be in the subject. So to me, this oldest one of the ones I found in doing this particular search is actually the one that if it had been addressed, it would trickle down, address most of the rest of these issues. All right. I'm Keith Bashirs. This is Ideas Boards Finds.